The purpose of this video is to familiarize you with using Google Drive. If you're new to using Google Drive, no problem. The rest of this video will walk you through each of the steps necessary to complete the projects for this class. If you're already an experienced Google Drive user, there are links in Blackboard to specific timestamps where you can familiarize yourself with specific things that you may not already know how to do. Those timestamps are also available in the description of this video below. That table of contents available in Blackboard and here is also useful if you forget how to do something later on in the class. You can come back to this video and check out the parts that you need to relearn. Please keep in mind that those things are available as we move forward. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to find or create a Google Drive account. If you have any other Google account, such as a Gmail account or an Android device, you can use the same thing that you use to sign into Google Drive as well. If you don't have an account, I'll show you how to create one. In either case, please start first by going to drive.google.com and you'll end up at a screen that looks like this one. Click on Go to Google Drive under Personal, and it should prompt you to sign in if you're not signed in already. If you already do have a Google account, please just type that in right here, and it'll prompt you for your password and or dual factor authentication credentials. If you don't have an account yet, or if you'd just like to create a new one, click Create Account for myself, and it'll prompt you to enter in your information. First name, last name, create a username, and then create a password. I suggest please using the name that you're using for class when creating the name so it's easy for people in class to remember who you are. Once you've signed into Google Drive, you should get a screen that looks something like this. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to create a folder in Google Drive. To do so, all you need to do is click on New in the upper left-hand corner, click Folder, and then name your folder. For this class, I would like you to use your own name in the title of the folder and put in the class number. So for this imaginary student, Malcolm Reynolds, English 5900. This makes it much easier for me to find your folders. After you've done so, click Create, and your folder should appear in your documents. Now I'm going to show you how to share that folder that you just created. When you share a document or folder in Google Drive, it gives access to other people who can manipulate the content in that folder or in that document. So I'd like you to share some stuff with me through the course of the semester so I can see it, so I can grade it and put comments on it. And you'll also be sharing things with your peers later in the semester during peer revision workshops. To share a folder, all you need to do is right-click on the folder and click Share. It'll pop up with this screen. If somebody is already in your address book, you can start writing their name. So for example, I can write Haesuk Kim and it'll finish it there. Or if the person is not in your address book, you can write in their email address directly. Before you share, you have a few different options on how to share right here. The option that's listed by default is Can Organize, Add, and Edit. This means that that person has access to do all of those things with anything located inside that folder. If you change it to Can View Only, they will be able to look at documents and download them, but they won't be able to change the documents within the folder itself. So I'm going to put it back to Can Organize, and I'm going to click Send. Now that person should have access to my folder, and if you notice, a little human popped up on the folder there, a little human icon. That lets you know that that folder is shared with other people. If you want to see who the folder is shared with, you can right-click on it, click Share, and click Advanced, and it'll tell you everyone who has access to your folder. Right now, you can see I have access, and also Haesuk Kim has access. It'll also tell you how much access they have right here. I can change it again to can organize, add, and edit, or change to can view only if I want to change that later. Now I'm going to show you how to create a document in Google Drive. To do so, first go into your folder, and then, like when you created a folder, click New, and this time select Google Docs. It'll ask you create in a shared folder. This is just letting you know that anything that you're creating in here will automatically be shared with whoever the whole folder is shared with. So I want to do create and save right now. Create and share right now. Then you'll come up with a screen that looks kind of familiar. It looks like Word or other kinds of word processing programs, and it has a lot of the same features. This document is already shared with whoever you have the folder shared with. And if you want to rename the document, you just click on the title up here in the top. I'd like you to name documents in the same way that I asked you to name folders. Put your name, the class, English 5900, and for specific documents, I'd like you to put the name of the assignment as well. If you click away, it'll save automatically. You can see it says saving right now, and now it says all changes saved. This will happen whenever you modify the document. See, again, it is saving, and now all changes are saved. As soon as those changes are saved, they automatically get shared with whoever the document is shared with. Later on in the semester, I'll ask you to share specific documents with specific people as well when we do the peer revision workshop. You don't need to share things with me because I already am shared with you in the folder, but you will need to share with your peers. So to do so, you'll need to click the Share button up in the upper right-hand corner of the document, and then you'll type in their name just like when you shared the folder before. So here I will do this time around, when you're sharing specific documents, you have 3 options, not just 2. You can share as can edit, can comment, or can view. Can edit means that they can make any changes they want to the document. Can comment means that they can only put in comments and suggestions, and can view means that they can make no changes at all. They can only see the document. For peer revision workshops, I'd like you to share as can comment. I don't want your peers to make any changes to the document itself, but I do want them to be able to make suggestions and comments in there. After you're done, you can click send, and it'll automatically be shared with that person. If you want to see who a document is shared with or want to remove people from the document, you can click share again, click advanced, and then you'll see who all has access to the document. So I have access as the owner, multimodal transfer has access as can comment, and Haesuk Kim has access as can edit. After the peer revision workshop is over, you might want to remove your peers from the document so they can't see future comments and future edits that you might make. So to remove them, you simply hit the X beside their name and then click Save Changes. Inserting an image in Google Drive is actually quite easy. The easiest way to do it is simply to drag the image from the folder and drop it right in. Or alternatively, you can click Insert, Image, and Upload from Computer. Then you can select an image. Let's do this one right here. We have this image of a window. If I want to resize this image, I simply click on it, and then I can drag in at the corner to get it an appropriate size for my document. And then I can move it around to where I want it within the document itself. Notice right now it's putting it in the line of text. To change this, you can click one of these options below. See right here it says inline, which means it puts it inside a line of text. That's the default option. You can also do break text, which means that there is text before and after the image, but not on the same line. Or what I think is the best option, which is wrap text, which means that the text goes all around the image on all sides. You can select how big of a margin you want on it, as small as 0 or as large as 1 inch. I think a small margin is pretty good, something like that. And then you can say move with text, which means if I were to move all of this text, the image would move with it. If you prefer it to stay in the same place, you can say fix on page, or there are other position options as well. Inserting a link is also relatively easy. To do this, you simply select the text that you'd like to anchor the link to. So let's say I want to select John Swales. You click on it, select a link, and then you paste in the link that you'd like to link to, and there's the link. To follow a link in Google Drive, all you need to do is click on it and select the link, and it'll take you right to the page that you've linked to. When we get to the peer revision workshop, I'm going to ask you to comment on your peers' projects. To do so, you have a couple options. The first one is this little add a comment icon over here. You select the text that you want to comment on, click add a comment, and type your comment here. After you click reply, the comment is available. You can even reply to the comment. And those replies are available as well. You can comment anywhere throughout the document that you'd like, including commenting on images, including commenting on links. Anywhere there, you should be able to add in a comment in there. If that little icon doesn't show up for you, there are 2 additional ways to add in comments. The other one on a PC is Control-Alt-M, and a comment will show up. Or you can select the text and click Insert, Comment, and a comment will show up as well that way. The easiest way, of course, is just to click that icon over here to add a comment to the text. The comments will show up over on the right-hand column here, and if you click on any of the comments, it'll highlight the text that's associated with that comment. All right, today we've learned how to create and share a folder, how to create, share, and unshare a document, how to insert an image and move it around, how to insert a link, and how to comment. If you're comfortable with all of those things, great. You've gotten the things that you needed to get out of this video for today. If in the future you have a hard time with any of those things, please remember the table of contents, and you can click on the appropriate section to remind you how to do that action. Of course, if there's any other questions, you can always ask them in the questions forum for the class.